What's going on, everyone? I'm your host, Zach. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today, we are going to be going over my prediction for the 2026 NFL playoffs. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. The first matchup we have going on here is going to be the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Houston Texans went 12-5. Little shock that they did not win their division, but Jacksonville at 13-4 is just, I don't think anybody had that on their bucket list this year at the start of the season. The Houston Texans are 2.5-point favorites going in, and this is a matchup between CJ Stroud and yours truly, my childhood icon, Aaron Rodgers. Now, the Steelers, not much of a run game this year, surprisingly. Jaylen Warren, he's all right. DK Metcalf, a little underwhelming, if I do say so myself. Now, Nico Collins was amazing this year. A surprise to not many people, honestly. I think a lot of people start to respect Nico Collins as a receiver, and Woody Marks, the leading rusher for the Houston Texans, and I don't think anybody had that on their bucket list. Now, a list of injuries: Kamari Lassiter for the Texans, Trent Brown. So not many notable injuries, but for the Steelers, Darnell Washington is on IR, will not return, and Broderick Jones, their left tackle. I don't know if he's a right or left tackle anymore. He came into the league as a left tackle. Don't quote me on that. However, the Steelers, because they won their division, even though they're only 10-7, will still be hosting this game. And you know what? I'm going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers in his final farewell tour. I don't think he's gonna just go one and done. Maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe he'll make me eat my words. Maybe CJ Stroud will make me eat my words. But I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Jaguars, they might be 13-3 here. I don't believe in them. I'm gonna be totally honest. Trevor Lawrence. I mean, these are good numbers. Josh Allen. These aren't the MVP numbers we have normally seen, but James Cook, this guy, 1,600 yards of rushing. That is their offense. They move the ball like it's nobody's business. Looking at the odds, the Buffalo Bills are 1.5-point favorites going into this game, so that bodes well for them because we know Vegas basically controls the NFL results. However, the Buffalo Bills are going to be without Ed Oliver and Jordan Phillips. Those are two guys that are just forces on the interior. So if Travis Etienne can get the ground game going and Trevor Lawrence can work out of that play action game, we know this Jacksonville defense has been very good. Josh Hines-Allen, Devin Lloyd, a couple other guys on that defense have just been outstanding this year. Foyesade Oluokun, leading tackler, 143 tackles. Good grief, Foyesade Oluokun. Have yourself a season. That is incredible. But looking over to the Jacksonville Jaguars, their injuries consist of Greg Newsome, and that'll basically be all the injuries that really affect them, and he's only questionable. So pretty healthy Jacksonville Jaguars team. Both teams winning a lot of games to end the year. But my gut instinct tells me the Buffalo Bills will be winning this game in Jacksonville. Jacksonville's home crowd, I'm sure they got great fans. No disrespect to you if you're a Jaguars fan. It's not like going to Orchard Park or Lambeau Field for a playoff game. I think Josh Allen takes care of business pretty easily here. Now, moving on, we've got the LA Chargers taking on the New England Patriots and yours truly, Drake May. I don't know about this one. The New England Patriots are 3.5-point favorites going into this game. Drake May, obviously the highlight of this Patriots team. Outstanding rookie year, similar to Jordan Love, might I add. At least stat-wise, similar to Jordan Love. And Kamani Vidal, I mean, not much run game. The Chargers are just riddled with injuries. It's amazing Justin Herbert was able to go 11-6 with this squad. I love Ladd McConkey, but I don't know if he's good enough to be a number one. And he's more of a slot, middle of the field kind of guy. Stephon Diggs had himself a 1,000-yard year. The Patriots have some things going on with their players and some legal cases right now. So I wonder if that's a distraction for them. Hopefully not. I like the Patriots right now. Looking at the injuries for the LA Chargers, they have Bud Dupree, questionable with a hamstring. And Omarion Hampton is questionable, potentially able to return. Could be huge for the LA Chargers. The Patriots, Harold Landry. I don't recognize these other names. They shouldn't be terribly important in this game. Both teams looking pretty strong, although the Chargers, woof. The last couple weeks have not looked good. Losses to the Texans and Broncos. All that being said, I'm still going to be going with the New England Patriots, who will meet the Pittsburgh Steelers in the divisional round at home. How would that be for a matchup? Patriots-Steelers. It's like the 2010s all over again. And then Bills and Broncos. And moving on to the NFC side of things, we've got the Rams and the Panthers. Bryce Young will be making his first NFL playoff start in this game. I'm not sure about the Panthers' ability to stop the Rams in this game. Matthew Stafford, if he doesn't win MVP with a stat line like this, 4,700 yards, 46 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions, like what are we doing? This is the MVP, far and away. Rico Dowdle, fantasy sleeper, cost me a couple fantasy games this year. You know who you are if you're watching this. Bryce Young, he's been okay, a little bit of progression. Teteroa McMillan, he's that guy. Puka Nacua, 1,700 yards on the year. Not a lot of notable injuries either way. Bobby Brown, the D tackle for the Panthers, questionable with the concussion. A couple of guards for the Panthers. I just don't think the Panthers have the talent to hang with the Rams right now. So for that reason, I'm going to be going with the LA Rams. Moving on to the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, no bias. I'm a Packers fan. I don't like the San Francisco 49ers, but they have a great team. Their defense is good. They have been riddled with injuries and fought through it. The Philadelphia Eagles are 3-point favorites going in to this game at home against the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy has been injured part of the year. Jalen Hurts, tush push merchant, not huge on him. Saquon Barkley, good year. Christian McCaffrey, amazing year. Christian McCaffrey leading the Niners in receiving. Wow, incredible. A lot of injuries on both sides here. A little less for the Eagles, but still, Lane Johnson questionable with an injury. Dallas Goedert questionable with a knee injury. Azeez Ojulari, Jalen Phillips. And on the 49ers side, Keon White, D. Winters, and most importantly, Trent Williams is questionable with the hamstring injury. Will he play? Likely. I mean, it's Trent Williams. He's kind of a freak athlete. All that being said, I think that the Eagles are a little too much for the Niners talent-wise. I think the Niners' injuries are going to really catch up to them here. And for that reason, I'm going to be going with the Philadelphia Eagles. Moving on to the Packers at Chicago. Now, this is probably the take you guys have all been waiting for. Going into this game, the Green Bay Packers are 1.5-point favorites, despite no Micah Parsons. Zach Tom is back at practice. We've got injuries right, left, and center right now. I don't even know what to think of this team. Oh, Malik Willis, questionable with that shoulder injury. Zach Tom is still questionable. Bo Melton, obviously, we just found out he's on IR. Shout out Bo Melton, awesome player. But for the Bears, it's not all sunshine and rainbows for them either. They've got CJ Gardner-Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Braxton Jones, a lot of guys they've lost for the year or for now right now. And the Packers, they ended the year on a massive losing streak. However, that's all without Micah Parsons. They haven't won a game without Micah Parsons, which doesn't bode well for them. But that's not all because of Micah Parsons. Obviously, we didn't really care about that game against Minnesota. Jordan Love, dirty hit, had to come out of the game against Chicago. And Baltimore, obviously, we had to start Malik Willis. Not that it was his fault we lost that game at all. I think it was our first game without starting Micah Parsons, without a Micah Parsons game plan. And I think we have to go back to a little more to the defense we were running last year, because obviously we still had a solid defense last year. This is going to be a battle between the two best quarterbacks in the NFC North. You just heard me right. The two best quarterbacks in the NFC North. Sorry, Jared Goff. DeAndre Swift outrushed Josh Jacobs. That is painful to see as a Packers fan, but obviously our run game was not explosive this year. I mean, Jordan Love really carried this offense to what we needed to. Micah Parsons, 12.5 sacks on IR, obviously doesn't matter. Tremaine Edmonds, I've heard some things he's potentially questionable. Montez Sweat, obviously a really good player. Colston Loveland with 700 yards as a rookie tight end. I kind of crapped on this draft pick last year. I don't know that they needed another tight end or another receiving threat for Caleb, but whatever, it's working out for them. Packers defense has got to get it together, and at the end of the day, it's going to come down to Caleb Williams versus Jordan Love. And you guys probably already know what I'm going to go with. I'm going to be going with the Green Bay Packers to make it to the next round and take on the Seattle Seahawks in the divisional round. Well, that will do it for my predictions of the divisional round. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content. If you do, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps more than you know. Tune back in next week, I guess, for my divisional round predictions. Hopefully, I get all these right and we just start right here. Without further ado, I'll have you guys on your way. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. And I'll see you guys in the next video.